Hey YouTube, it's JP Dillon. Welcome to part 5 of the 74 RCA AS128e. In the previous videos we covered power supply repairs, vertical sweep repairs, and finally horizontal sweep repairs, but the sound is intermittently making loud crashing and squeaking noises, so we need to take care of that too. And this uses a hybrid FM demodulator chip and audio amplifier. The amplifier section is discrete, the demodulation is all on a chip. I'm hoping that it's in the discrete section. So let's take a look at the schematic and see what the possibilities could be. So here is our detector stage, and this is basically just all on this chip here, this 14-pin dip. And so you have your discrimination circuit here, your detector, and then that leaves and goes, well, through your volume control here. But it looks like the way that they have this volume control, it's basically looping back through the IC. So this is really only controlling internal gain, and then this goes out to the audio amplifier, which then powers the speaker and whatnot. So what I want to hope is that it's here and not this chip here. So this is on the MA1001 board, and this is on the MAN 001A board. Let's see where that's at. So that looks like it's the small module at the upper left corner as seen from the rear. That's the 001A module. And then the MA101, let's see, MA, that would be this guy all the way over here. So let's just take a look at it real quick. So this is the 1001A chip, or 1001A1 board, that has both IF and sound on it. And then this little guy here is the sound output board. So we have IF and sound IF, and then we have audio output. And I am hoping that it's on the discrete audio output board, because the chip that's on this board, which might be underneath that shielded component there, good luck getting that. That's an RCA specific part. So basically what I'm going to do is pull the discrete board, check components, check transistors for leakage, or maybe even just shotgun them. I'm just like, how much time do we want to spend on this thing? It's already getting nuts. So let's yank that out. So here's the board out of its habitat. Now, one thing that you look out for on sets that have been stored outside is corrosion. And what we see, if we get up on it, if it'll focus, come on. Let's see if we can zoom in on the bottom of that transistor a little bit. So sometimes you'll get corrosion protruding from the leads, or you'll get saltwater deposits that will deposit themselves on the bottom sides of the transistors, and that will lead to arcing that occurs, like that one back there. This guy here, where my finger is, he's a little fuzzy looking, and sometimes that will yield results on a tester that look like leakage, because technically it is. Let me flip this over. And so that transistor there, so take a look at that. See that kind of fuzzy looking stuff that's coming out of the leads? So that, and you can get moisture creep up the leads too. The one adjacent to it is bad. That one over there in the corner there, he's highly suspect. Come on. Here we go. See the green fuzz coming out of there? So that can creep up into the transistor and damage the wafer and will cause all sorts of issues. So what I'm going to do is just shotgun the transistors on this board, because the parts are cheaper than my time to troubleshoot. So I just need to check and see if there's, what the preponderance of PNP versus NPN is. There's a 2N2561. Let's see. 3549-1, that's RCA's part. These ones over here, more RCA part. So if there's nothing too special about these, I'll probably just use some KSE 1845s for the NPNs and KSA 992s for the PNPs. Just depends on what their characteristics are. And then this capacitor here, these IECs are known to go bad, so it may be leaky too. But yeah, it's just going to take less time to shotgun this board and then plug it in and see if that fixes it. And if not, then that really just leaves the integrated circuit on the other board, which is going to suck because I don't know where I'm going to find one of those. So let me quickly repopulate this and then we'll retest it again. Okay, so I repopulated the board. Surprisingly, the resistors weren't too far out, only about 8 to 10%, so sound is not crucial enough for me to want to change those. This transistor here, which was the second audio amp, has a lot of collector emitter leakage. The others were okay, but they still had the fuzz on their lead, so I'm not going to leave them in there. This guy isn't leaky, but he has terrible ESR, so I'm glad I changed that anyway. So now it's just a matter of popping this thing in and babysitting it for a while and seeing if the sound problem is actually cured. I hope it will be. There's a good chance it will be, but time will tell, literally. So I'm going to pop this thing in and run it for a bit and see if it screws up, because it was fairly soon, only maybe after 10 minutes of running did it screw up, after things got hot. So, yeah. Alright, so begins the test. So I'm just going to leave this on in the shop for the majority of the day, and we're going to see if it acts up or not. And if it does, then, well, then we still got to troubleshoot the sound IF and stuff. But so far it's been on for about 5 minutes and it's happy, so when I notice it, then we'll get back into it. And if it runs the majority of the day without screwing up, then I'll consider it done. Well, this thing's running for about 6 hours now without a hitch, so I think I got lucky, and just that leaky transistor was the cause of the noise. So it's a happy machine again. You take the cake. So finally we're at an end. This thing's working right, has been for now, for hours. It's got a good picture, good sweep, good sound, so we're good to go here. So this concludes the long journey from garbage to usability. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this series, and we'll figure out what to work on next. Thanks for watching.